I'm speaking to you from the city of New Orleans, nearly empty, still partly underwater, and waiting for life and hope to return. Eastward from Lake Pontchartrain, across the Mississippi coast, to Alabama and into Florida, millions of lives were changed in a day by a cruel and wasteful storm. I know that when you sit on the steps of a porch where home once stood, or sleep on a cot in a crowded shelter, it is hard to imagine a bright future. But that future will come. The streets of Biloxi and Gulfport will again be filled with lovely homes and the sound of children playing. And here in New Orleans, the streetcars will once again rumble down St. Charles, and the passionate soul of a great city will return. And all who question the future of the Crescent City need to know there is no way to imagine America without New Orleans, and this great city will rise again.
My name is Cherished Harrison Nelson, also known as Queen Reese. I'm the big queen of the Guardians of the Flame. We're not masking as Native Americans. We actually honor the resistance of our ancestors who refused to bow down and be enslaved. We don't mask because you're taking what's inside of you, what's deep in your soul, and you're letting it marinate in all of your creativity and your experiences, and it manifests itself through this ceremonial regalia. So instead of masking, you're actually standing naked because you've taken what's very personal in the inside and put it outward for others to see you as you see yourself.
First time I remember seeing the Mardi Gras Indians, I was 5 years old, 6 years old. I would go follow the Indians and go find my cousins, Big Chief Tootie Montana and his brother Edward Montana. But it was all the way until my 30s that I actually started sewing. And Tootie would always see me on the sidelines. He would say, "You need to be out here. You need to mask with us." Finally, I was a mom with my baby girl, with my daughter Jahir, but I was all the way into my 30s and he taught me how to sew.
That's the highest position that a woman can have in the Indian tribe, is the big queen. Right after Mardi Gras, you start working on your next year outfit. You might not start on it right the next day, but you'll start diagramming on paper of how you want your next suit to be. You start thinking of what theme you want to use. Because while Magnolias, we always have a theme we want to use.
Always try to get quiet in my life, and I listen to, and images will come to me through dreams, through smells. My father said, as a member of the Guardians of the Flame, we couldn't merely say we were participating to be pretty. You had to have social commentary. What is the narrative of the suit? What is the message you want to share? I created most of this suit when I was going through my journey in battle with cancer. So I knew that I would get on the other side of it, but I would have to have patience and endurance. And this is my hair that was cut in a special ceremony before I went into chemotherapy. The three phoenixes are the mother, the daughter, and the Holy Spirit. I became the third phoenix when I raised my arms. Radiation just felt like somebody hooked something to me and zapped my energy. But I wanted to make sure I walked out the door on Mardi Gras morning. It was very spiritual for me. It was important that I did not bow down to cancer.
I was evacuated and displaced from my home for 3.5 months. I was trying to literally sew while I was evacuated. It was a way for me to keep my peace of mind and to keep my humanity and also to keep my native New Orleanian. So when I put that suit on, it's not just the bead work, it's all of that. It's like my saliva, like if I'm touching the thread like that, or if I've stuck the needle into my finger, and a piece of, like, a little piece of blood might literally get on the piece. My hair might get sewed into it. All of the prayers I've written. By the time I hit the street, it's a lot of my spirit and the time, the energy, just the love of the tradition. That's all a part of the suit. It's like a suit of protection, a suit of love.
It's seriously spiritual, and it's just so heartfelt. And if you don't have it within your blood and within your heart, you wouldn't be able to do it every year. My son and my husband and myself, we always had 3 costumes coming out of the house at one time. Family plays a big part. You're never too old or too young. Like my grandbaby, all right? She's 2 now. Last year, we dressed her, she was a little princess.
She'll get on my lap. If I'm sewing, she'll stop me from sewing and grab a needle, and she start putting the beads on it. And that's on the regular. It's just in her blood, And it's not like she's being taught. She just sits there and she'll try to get on my lap. She takes the needle out of my hand and she starts dipping it in the beads.
I think culture and cultural traditions can serve to root children. But when you have young girls who are looking at an aesthetic other than that may be on the cover of a fashion magazine, and having positive self-image, that bodes well. Even me, when I put on my regalia, I will be acclaimed as pretty and beautiful. It's not based on Western aesthetics.
The tradition is getting stronger and it's growing. This is obviously something that is from antiquity. When we were free people in Africa, and it came over to New Orleans through the Atlantic slave trade, just like gumbo. I think this is something that was carried over. If there were little pieces of beadwork and feathers, this was a tradition that survived slavery. Masking is a way where we kept our humanity. The slave masters, they could not take that away from us. They could not take our songs from us. But keeping and preserving the masking tradition, it helped us to keep our humanness, to say, you can't take this from us. We won't bow down, we don't know how. No matter what you put us through, we still got this, and it's still alive.